Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with more of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is episode 5. We only have 2 episodes left in this series. And last time, I believe it was Carly who killed Lamar Hoskins, and John Walker lost it and bludgeoned the Flag Smasher to death with his shield in front of everybody. So I think it's high time Sam and Bucky took the shield back from him, and we'll see how this turns out. John Walker also took the Super Soldier Serum, so that will be a harder ordeal. Anyway, guys, I'm excited to continue. If you want to watch the full reaction, check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Otherwise, take a quick moment to leave a like, and let's get started. He's running to hide. Man.
Not listening!
This suit comes with expectations, bro. Time to go to work.
He just pushes it down. Time to go to work.
You saw what happened. You know what I had to do. I killed him
Had to.
because I had to.
Bucky wants the shield. He's looking at it, glancing towards it. He doesn't want it in John Walker's
Give me the
hands.
shield, man.
I don't think he's gonna do it willingly.
You don't want to do this.
Yeah, we do.
Bucky's eyes have been on the shield the entire time. Holy crap. Come on.
You're making me do this.
What making me do this?
Making me do this!
Oh. Dang, man. Bucky, get up. He needs your help. Oh, jeez. Whoa, 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 whoa. He was gonna kill him. Oh.
It's mine.
I guess not. Oh. Oh, jeez. Pick it up. Was that Bucky saying their partnership is over? Oh, jeez. Just like trying to rub off the blood.
How'd these break? Anyway, how we
Not answering any questions. Is he just gonna be grounded the rest of the series?
Wait, yo, you forgot the wings.
Keep him.
Keep him? Does that mean Torres is gonna come flying in at some point?
This is a
I'm
mandate.
just asking to be heard.
It is a mandate.
I understand that! I only ever did what you asked of me, what you told me to be and trained me to do, and I did it. You built me. I am Captain America.
Not anymore. Consider yourself extremely fortunate, Mr. Walker, and return the shield to us with expedience.
He doesn't have it.
Well, these boots are
Ju-
not made for walking.
It's her, it's Julia
Allegra
Louis-Dreyfus.
de Fontaine. Actually, it's Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Wait.
You know, it's hard.
Is she who I think she is? There's the
Killed a bastard too.
strand
Somebody
of...
in there is
Oh,
mad at
damn.
you about taking the serum. I actually think it was the second best choice you've ever made in your life. Well,
Second?
you want to know what the first best choice was? Picking up the phone when I call you.
I think she's Madam Hydra. Which is interesting because we've already had a Madam Hydra, but it was in a different scenario. Either way, he's about to be manipulated the heck out of. The memorial. Is Bucky here? Already?
They literally programmed you to kill. James, do what needs to be done.
Jeez.
Carly has people everywhere.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Bucky! Yeah, okay, good. This might be a worse fate.
We will take him to the raft.
The raft. Don't want to keep him in
Prudent to make yourself scarce in Wakanda for the
Wakanda.
time being, White Wolf.
Oh.
Fair enough. I may have another favor to ask of you.
Oh. Oh, he's gonna... Sam.
Where you going, man? Where you?
If you try to give it to him, he's gonna yell at you.
That what I think it is? Leave it covered. Those stars and stripes don't mean nothing good to me.
Don't do that bitter old man thing with me.
If you ain't bitter, you're blind. She died while I was in jail. They never let a single one of her letters get to me.
Jeez.
They locked them in this box. A handful of us got shot up with different versions of that serum. But they don't tell us what it is.
Of course they
tell
don't.
us It's tetanus. Some of us started dying off. Then a couple of the boys get captured on a mission.
Uh-oh.
I heard blowing the POW camp to hell to hide the evidence. But those are my men. My brothers, not evidence. So I bust out of the facility one night. And what did I get for saving their lives?
What?
For the next 30 years, they experimented on me, trying to figure out why the serum worked. There was a nurse. She took pity on me. They had me declared dead.
Wow. So he's hiding? They don't even know he's alive? Ugh.
You think things are different? You think times are different? You think I wouldn't be dead in a day if you brought me out? They will never let a black man be Captain America.
Hold the shield in defiance of America.
As far as the boat is concerned, bottom line is Mr. Den backed out. Please make sure Bennett and Ellen each get one, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
She's taking care of other people's children, giving them food as
Bennett
well.
and Ellen's dad cannot get up before noon. Kids keep showing up hungry, but are too proud to ask for any help.
Just like mom feeding every kid in the neighborhood. Hey, it's Sam Wilson. Yeah, Paul, youngest boy from up the street. Mr. Falcon, what's happening with
Mr. Falcon. Whoa. Repaired
You can sign for it and I'll go.
wings? New wings?
I called in a favor from the Wakandans.
Oh, vibranium. Vibranium wings.
You gotta go up!
Why didn't you use the metal arm?
That's what I was thinking.
I don't always think of it immediately. I'm right-handed. So it's the boat, huh?
Best friends montage.
I'm Bucky.
Sarah?
Oh, Sam. Sam's he's like, what's going on here? Sorry, I just thought of looking at Bucky from a profile, the flat butt. Just
Got a hotel room for the night. Crash, you know?
So you
You're
just gonna
sta-
set me up like that, huh?
You're staying here.
Well, I don't want to make it weird for your family.
Just stay here. But don't flirt with my sister. Because if you do, I'll have Carlos cut you up and feed you to the fish.
That guy, he's the one that killed our boy?
Nope.
Yes.
You
Never let the person who did that get away. I hope you can find some measure of peace in that.
He's resting easier, knowing that the man who's responsible got his justice, and he would tell me every day what an honor it was to be your partner.
That's still hanging around.
Oh, please, if it weren't for me, you'd still be rotting away in that Algerian prison.
Algeria. Batroc.
Finished?
I think people were right. I think she might be the power broker. With the shield.
Hey.
Look at that. You can count on each other.
Hi, Sarah.
I told you specifically that the pump was.
Oh. We out here practicing? We're out here practicing. Oh, Jesus.
The legacy of that shield is complicated.
I owe you an apology.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's just that shield's closest thing I've got left to a family.
We're your family now.
It doesn't matter what Steve thought. You gotta stop looking to other people to tell you who you are. You want to climb out of that hell you're in. Do the work. You go to these people and say sorry because you think it'll make you feel better. But you gotta make them feel better. You gotta go to them and be of service.
Yeah, he's right.
Good talk.
You should have been my therapist.
You know Carly won't quit.
Bros.
Nope. We're partners,
Co-workers.
but we're also a couple guys with a mutual friend.
Friends now gone.
So we're a couple of guys.
I can live with that.
Perfect.
Stop. Don't. We can't sell it.
Yeah,
I just can't.
of course you can't.
So you really gonna let Isaiah Bradley get in your head?
Isaiah's been to hell and back. If I was in his shoes, I'd probably feel the exact same way.
But you're gonna be Cap. Oh. Yikes. That thing moves so fast. Ah. That's terrifying. Whoa.
I got some help to even out the odds. Sam screwed him out of a small fortune
Oh.
long ago. He's been
Oh.
ever since. George gets his payback and we get a killer. It's a bargain on both sides.
Jeez.
Tonight we go to battle. All of us.
We got one from New York. Now, I can't promise you they're not using a VPN or masking their location, but...
Go.
Bucky. I'll take it from here.
Crap. Time to go. That's oh, come on. No. I want to see it now. Want to see it. The Wakandans made him wings. He's making his own shield. He's making his own frickin' shield. Jeez. Well, that's a little bit fucked. John freaking Walker. He's still doing what he thinks is right, but he's not in his right mind anymore. He can't tell right from wrong. And I mean, the episode opened on him running away, hiding, trying to process everything that happened. And this is what he was taught to do. This is what he was trained to do. And he pushes it all down, all the emotions, all the doubts, suppresses them all because that's all he knows how to do. And I know the US government and the US military are horrible when it comes to the mental health of veterans. And honestly, everyone else in society as well. We're horrible with dealing with mental health. But to see it escalate in John Walker like that was quite something. And pretty sure he was trying to kill both Sam and Bucky in that fight at the beginning of the episode. There were a few times he came down with that shield where I definitely felt like it was going to be a killing blow if Sam or Bucky hadn't interrupted him. And that fight had its really, really strong moments, but Sam and Bucky were finally able to wrestle the shield away from John Walker after breaking his arm. And there at the mid-credit scene, we see him building a new shield out of what? Scrap metal? I don't even know. Because as Spidey said in a previous movie, Cap's shield does not obey the laws of physics at all. And I always assumed it was that way because it was made from vibranium. So I can't imagine that Walker's shield is going to work the same way. Unless it does just because, I don't know why. But I guess that's not even the point of John Walker's new shield. It's going to be a symbol for who he is, regardless of what it's made of. And John, I just think he's got so much PTSD. Lamar said to him, like, imagine how many more lives we could have saved if we had the serum. And then he takes the serum, and Lamar still winds up being killed right in front of him. So it's just trauma upon trauma piled up on him, and nothing has been there to help him resolve it. There's no veteran outreach, no therapy. And it's setting him up to be so easily manipulated. And it seems like it'll happen immediately with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. I gotta find an easier way to say that name, though. Can we just call her Madame Hydra, since she's one of the people that who held that role in the comics? And I actually only know about Madame Hydra because another version of her has appeared in the MCU. I guess I'll say in Agents of Shield. And I looked up a bit of her history. We've known Ophelia, but this one's a little different. And that was definitely my favorite arc on Agents of Shield, possibly my favorite arc on any show I've ever seen. Highly recommend that show if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, I can't believe they had this major reveal near the end of this series, this character reveal. Like, her story clearly is not getting resolved by the end of this, the next episode. And I'm not even sure John Walker's story is going to be resolved by the end of the series either. But yeah, back to Walker. He's so broken, he tells Lamar's family that he killed the person who killed Lamar, which I don't know that he's actually trying to lie. Because I think he told himself that lie so many times, tried to justify his actions to himself so many times, that he might actually believe he's telling the truth now. I'm not entirely sure, though, but he still definitely wants the rest of the Flag Smashers to pay, and so he might show up again next episode in that New York fight, though I don't know how he would be tracking them and know what's going on. But yeah, I don't know if he knows what the truth is anymore. And that's just happens to be the episode title for this episode. It's Truth. And I guess in different ways, that's what this episode is about. Many things are revealed to us, and also the true nature of people really come out. We had Sharon Carter calling Batroc to help provide supplies to the Flag Smashers. So that definitely lends credence to the idea that she's the power broker, in which case, is Batroc there to kill Carly and the other Flag Smashers as well? Because if she was the power broker, she would be after them too, right? But Batroc's there apparently to kill Falcon because he stopped him from that weapons deal or something at the beginning of the series. Either way, frustrating to see Sharon go down this path, because I definitely wanted her to be brought back into the fold. She's put so much on the line for our heroes. But honestly, if she does get a pardon and can come back, she has so many connections that she could easily abuse. And I don't know what where the series will land with her. We had the talk with Isaiah Bradley. It's giving me chills right now just even thinking about it. But given what he's been through, I completely understand his point of view that there's never going to be a black Captain America. And I was right in the second episode about them conducting experiments on black soldiers without their knowledge and consent, similar to what they've done in real life. And Isaiah went in and saved those soldiers instead of letting the government kill everyone to hide the evidence. Really powerful moment there. The fact that they were viewed as evidence and not people is very dehumanizing and very real. And yeah, that moment mirrors what Steve did in World War II, breaking out US soldiers from a Nazi encampment. And Isaiah believes that America's racist attitudes haven't changed since decades and decades ago. And truthfully, they haven't changed. The only difference now is that the opposition has grown a little bit louder and a little bit louder, and it's growing louder all the time. And I think Isaiah would find a lot more support now than he would back then, but he's right that the opposition to him would be at the same level. But Bucky was right in not trying to tell the world about him, and people would definitely come for him. And add on to the fact that a nurse helped him escape by falsifying his death, they would probably face big consequences as well. And yeah, the fact that Isaiah lost the woman he loved while he was in that cell, that is so tragic. At least Steve got to get his happy ending. Isaiah is not allowed even that. But yeah, looping back to John Walker and his whole thing, the courtroom scene where he says, "I only did what you asked of me, you built me." I think that's true, and I think that was the problem. Because Steve Rogers was also technically a soldier, but it didn't feel like he was built. it felt like he stayed true to himself the entire time. He was given the serum before he faced any trauma, before he had really been made into a soldier, and he always followed his own moral compass, which ties back to Civil War. The government is run by people with agendas, and agendas change, is what he said. And so he broke form orders, broke laws, as long as it was the morally right thing to do. And so, ironically, the world's most famous soldier, the one lauded most as a hero, was the one who was just kind of bad at following orders and did his own thing no matter what. And yeah, I've mentioned before that I would not do well in the military because I detest taking orders and I have no trust in the military or the U.S. government, and that any of what they're doing is right. In fact, I assume that what they're doing is wrong most of the time. There's certain individual politicians who I mostly trust, but as a whole, there's just too much power working towards the wrong interests at the moment. And yeah, instead of receiving the help that he needs, John Walker is stripped of everything, his rank, his benefits. He's probably not going to get mental health help right now, which only leads to him becoming more of an extremist, especially now that he's backed by Madam Hydra. So it's all a bad situation. And yeah, when Sam and Bucky finally take the shield, I mean, the fact that the Bucky was the first one to get up, he still took the shield and just over to Sam and just dropped it next to him. This whole journey for Bucky hasn't even really been for himself. And then Sam trying to wipe away the blood from the shield, that was really tragic and it was hard to watch. And my first thought was that it kind of mirrors the way that a lot of people look at the United States. Because the ideals that the United States and the Shield are supposed to represent, equality, opportunity, freedom, are worth fighting for. But what has it become? Like, what was the cost? We wiped out so much of the native population, enslaved black people, killed innocents in the name of fighting terror. There's so much blood on our metaphorical shield. And many of us just watch in terror, not knowing what to do, because how much can one person influence everything that happens? And all of us are trying to wipe away the blood. We don't know how to do that, but trying to undo these problems so that we can actually achieve the ideal that the shield, that the country is supposed to represent. And yeah, seeing Sam's reaction to that shield was just harrowing. But yeah, we do get a little hope later on. The United States, the shield, it can still mean so much to different people. There's still something to be celebrated there. The kids playing with that shield after it was soaked in blood just days before, it's an ideal worth fighting for, but we just have a lot to do to fix the country. Bucky smile when he saw the kids playing, when he saw Sam's nephews playing with the shield. The shield is his family and can still be enjoyed by so many people. That was a really nice moment for Bucky as well. And yes, Sam also got his wings ripped off and left them with Taurus, who I can't believe it's taken me so long. He's been calling him Taurus all along, I believe. But in this episode, he actually called him Joaquin. So he's Joaquin Taurus, right? So he's going to be Falcon at some point too. I don't know how that didn't register in my head until this episode. But does that mean that that Sam will no longer be the Falcon? He'll be Captain America. He was given new wings by the Wakandans, which I also thought was really interesting thematically because many African Americans don't know where their ancestors were from because of the slave trade. They don't know what part of Africa their ancestors were from. And so far, Sam's wings have come from the US government and from Tony Stark, and this new pair that will in all likelihood be far superior to the ones he's had before, for it to come from a continent and a heritage that he was so forcibly removed from, I can't even start to think what that could mean to him as well. So I hope we'll touch on that a little bit. And yeah, we finally got to see this Sam-Bucky relationship really blossom. Bucky helped Sam work on his boat, and there were some interesting greetings between Bucky and Sam's sister. Sam threatening Bucky not to flirt with his sister. They say they're co-workers. They're bonded for life now, essentially. But yeah, Bucky also told Sam, he apologized to Sam, and then he also told him that he understood why Sam did what he did, that neither he nor Steve understood what it meant to give the shield to a black man. And Sam, we know he worked at the VA, but he's out here being a therapist to Bucky, a better therapist to Bucky than his actual freaking therapist, telling him to go help those who have been hurt by his time as the Winter Soldier. And so he's going to have to go back to that old Asian man whose son he killed when we saw that in the first episode. And then we had the training montage with Sam. I think that scene really helped us feel the weight of that shield, because so far it's been wielded by like freaking super soldiers before, and so catching it isn't that big of a deal for them. But the angles and the way these scenes were shot, the shield returning to Sam really showed just how terrifying it is. Obviously, he knows the trajectory pretty well, but if I saw that coming at me, I'm ducking for at least like a few times until I can really get used to the speed and the timing of it. Because there's a weight to it that we haven't felt before, and not just metaphorical, just like actual literal weight. Like if it came at me, it might behead me. So yeah, I think that was a really well shot scene. It was nice to see Sam get used to it eventually, though. And it was very cool seeing Sam and Bucky just kind of casually throwing it around. It feels very natural for both of them. I'm still hoping for a fight scene where they pass it back and forth like Bucky and Steve did in Civil War. Won't say who that fight was against, because apparently there's at least one person watching who hasn't seen any of the Captain America films. Go watch them already. Anyway, what an episode. I know people will probably have issues with the way this episode was paced, but I felt like all of it was really necessary. We had that big fight at the start, and then the rest of the episode was much more pensive, and I feel like we needed that time to contemplate the importance of everything that's happened and everything that's about to happen. We have the GRC, Sam and Bucky, Flag Smashers, George Batroc, John frickin' Walker, maybe even Madam Hydra and the Power Broker. They all might be involved in this final confrontation next week, and feels very crowded. It'll be interesting to see how it'll play out, and if there are any or how many loose ends there will be by the end of next week. Anyway, guys, leave a like, really helps out the channel. Full reaction on Patreon in the link in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with the finale. Bye, friends.